He's already back.
I'm sorry. I'm playing this video game. It's called Project Warlock 2, Justin. It's the sequel to Project Warlock, a game that I thought was neat and also maybe a little too inspired by Wolfenstein and Catacombs 3D. Okay. We're doing full screen, not borderless, huh?
Is that a problem?
No, we can fix this.
Does it have to be borderless full screen for stream to work? Because it looks fine.
No, it doesn't. Come get some. Palmer, he has the claymore sword, the rifle, the super shotgun, cannon, staff, rocket launcher.
Great.
Oh, you can reload your weapon by switching to another weapon. So, unlike the last game, this one has 3 dimensions. Hear about that? I better
Wait,
turn...
is this just Hexen?
Sort of.
Hopefully better designed.
So the first, Borgmaster, I don't know if you were here when I said this, but the first Project Warlock was literally made by a 19-year-old kid from Lithuania.
As you do.
You said Estonia last time.
One of those Baltics.
Cancelled.
A small Baltic country.
I believe he lives in the UK now, but and it's a neat game. I don't know if I'd say it's a great game, but for something made by a literal teenager, it was novel. It also was, you know, very limited, let's say. I'll say this feels a lot better than it did in early access when I played it 14 years ago. It's got a combo meter, which I appreciate. Do you like combo meters in video games? Yes or no?
Sure, depends.
Do you like them in first-person shooters?
I mean, it's the one redeeming factor of Bulletstorm.
I think Bulletstorm's got
There's that.
more than that going on.
I
like Bulletstorm.
Oh shit.
I've not played Bulletstorm in a decade, but I remember liking it. I did play it.
I don't hate Bulletstorm.
I just find it very childish. I mean, it's
Yeah,
openly childish.
So.
But then also that mechanic of like, oh, arcade numbering and scoring system with sniper shooting, like it's fine. It's not enough to carry the entire game.
Like when Devil May Cry is mean to you about having low combo, you know that doesn't feel good. You know what's like grading you on that, and like it really, like if you're learning the game, if you're still new to the game, it'll make you feel like shit. Some combo systems.
Yes, that is true.
So there is that.
Any secret walls here? No? Okay. Turn up the music a little bit.
Is this an Andrew Holschult game?
No idea. Did he do the first game?
I don't know.
Level up. Level up! Level up! Perk token, stat token. So, one of the things the first game did that I thought was actually pretty solid was it gave you a lot of... Once again, we're just going to use this word again because I feel like it defined Doom the Dark Ages for me was, you know, it allows for a lot of personal expression.
Oh.
In terms of the way you upgrade weapons and the upgrades you choose. Because you don't necessarily need your... Like, in the first game, it was very much like, do you pick between a slug shotgun or a quad barrel super shotgun? Because, you know, obviously the super shotgun gotta be...
You mean in the first Project Warlock?
Yeah, in the first Project Warlock.
Okay.
Or was it, like, flechette rounds? I don't remember. But...
I don't remember.
You know, they're basically tight spread versus big fuck you super shotgun that just chews through ammo. Oh, I see. I see. Alright, can I bunny hop in this game? Speaking of games with a lot of bunny hopping, I saw Savvy's video on Viscera Fest, and it basically killed my enthusiasm for playing that game.
Really?
Yeah, so that game deserves credit for it's definitely not just trying to do like, oh, we made Doom again, or we made Quake again.
Wait, which game?
It's called Viscera Fest. And it's a game where your primary form of damage avoidance is literally bunny hopping. Like, you take half damage while bunny hopping. And so the entire game is built around that. And it's also built around fucking with you if you don't learn the movement. And I'll say this, it was very hard, based on the little I played of it. This does the thing that I want out of these sorts of games, which is to say it's fast as shit.
Yeah?
Yep.
It's fast and things die good.
Fast thing die good. Hi there, I'm twitch.tv/arbitrarywater, and I'm here to tell you about what if the video game was fast and things died good.
Yeah.
What if things died?
Good.
We're all gonna die.
You're gonna die to the super shotgun.
If only I had a
I mean, this is better than any first-person shooter on the Saturn, so...
Well, it's also a modern game, so that's an unfair comparison.
Although, Power Slave's pretty fucking good. That Night Dive remaster of Power Slave is one of those secret, people should have played this games.
Oh, speaking of games that people should have played, I just remembered that Highlight 2 is finally available in the West, thanks to that weird like PC-88 port series on the Switch.
Oh.
And is thus now eligible for Off the Deep End, should anyone want to do that.
special on Highlight.
Wait, on all the highlights?
Well, we did Highlight in that. We did Highlight 1.
Yeah, but Highlight 2 wasn't even really accessible in the West until very recently. It was the only one that wasn't accessible.
Alright, fine. I played Super Highlight, still didn't like it, and people told me that's as good as it's gonna get.
Well, that was English speakers telling you, and you know how many people have actually gone and played Highlight 2?
I have to assume the average Highlight enjoyer TM is just a 45-year-old Japanese man who's like, this is what I had to do.
45? Probably more like 55 at this point. It's been 40 years.
Oh no.
Yeah,
no,
time
it
comes
hasn't.
for
The
all.
80s were 20 years ago.
No, I'm sorry. The 80s were 40 years ago.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, no. 1985 was 40 years ago. It's the 40th anniversary of the NES.
So, I'm gonna say
It's been 40 years. It's been 40 years, Jatsu.
Has it? I haven't been counting.
Like, I hate to break it to you, Brayden, but Psychonauts is over.
I've still never played Psychonauts.
You're
Literally,
fine.
all I know
Fine,
about
fine.
Psychonauts is something meat circus and I am the milkman. My milk is delicious.
Actually, all of that stuff is very cool.
Hey man, that milkman. All I know about the milkman level is that it made me laugh when someone said, "I am the milkman. My milk is delicious," and I went, "That's funny."
Yeah, I just wish that, you know, it was an actual platform.
Yeah.
Name a fun 3D platform.
So, ZP, did you play with the mouse and keyboard?
Mario.
No, played on Xbox.
Yeah, it was an original
Just
Xbox
checking.
game. It was going to be an Xbox exclusive, but then Microsoft was like, "We don't need
We're
this."
gonna make zero money on this.
And for what it's worth, when I played Voodoo Vince during that charity stream, as one is ought to do, it made me go, "This ain't bad." I know. It's yes. Is it a 3D platformer featuring a wisecracking mascot, but with, you know, an extra little bit of like morbidity because his main mechanic is killing himself and using that to curse people because he's a voodoo doll?
It's fine. How many other games feature a mechanic where the main character kills themselves, other than
The
Never Dead?
Swapper.
Alright, the Swapper.
There's more than a few. Believe it or not.
Also the
What's that sweary
Swapper.
game where you dismember yourself?
Yeah. JJ Macfield.
Fuck. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
The trans metaphor one.
Oh, that's what that was.
Yes.
I'm just shaking my head. Sure. Never heard of this before in my life, but sure.
Swery made it. And it made people think Swery was good on trans people. And then they played Deadly Premonition 2.
And realized, oh wait, no, he's sweary.
Did they forget
Deadly
about
Premonition
that
1?
Deadly Premonition 1 villain? Like,
Yeah, maybe.
People are willing to get cut sweary more slack than you think. For whatever
because they all
reason.
just love twins. They also have
I got to
Yeah.
Brayden and I feel that exact way.
But also, I also cut sweary a little bit of slack, just a little bit though. Not all the slack, you know. Not everything isn't forgiven. But 20% off discount, let's say, per sweary.
He gets the 20% discount.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Oh. I missed 4
All right,
secrets,
so I can
you
now.
guys.
I can. Oh, what's your secret? I'll share mine after yours. Well, what's your secret? Tell me your secret.
What's your
I
secret,
want to know your
Clark?
secret. Hey girl, what's your secret?
I'm trying to remember what I was going to say.
Damn
Oh,
it.
I hate it when that happens.
So, so the thing I can share for the class is that I'm learning the original Tokyo Extreme Racer is way grindier than the new one.
That checks out.
Makes sense.
Not surprising. You know, I feel like there's a game out there called Tokyo Grind Sessions, but I'm pretty sure there isn't. Like my.
You can just Google that.
I mean, that's probably on Steam and it's not what you want it to be.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, what if I'm right and it's just porn?
Well, you've learned a wonderful thing about the world.
It's full of porn.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I learned about that a long time ago.
And not even like quality porn with real ladies, but like AI generated porn.
And now it's just all generated by AI, and they got like 7
Alright, I'm gonna
hands. And you're like,
Google
where are all these hands?
You
Nope.
know what this is.
There is
It's
no
not, it's
game
not even
named
like an actual
Tokyo
pervert.
Grind Session.
Oh, hey, there you go. And it's not even like an actual pervert drawing like 7 arms and 7 hands on a lady, because that's like their thing.
Yeah.
No, it's just the AI fucking up.
Yeah. Say what you will about,
For whatever reason,
you know, the degenerates drawing pornography. I have respect for them because they can draw well.
Googling
Yes.
Tokyo Grind Sessions, and then Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Oh, there you go.
A game where you do in fact grind, and it is in Tokyo.
So I can see how.
The grinding in that game though is not.
No, it's fine.
It exists, but
I should play more of that. These are the games I should play.
I bought that game on Switch because I loved that game, and then I never played it.
Yeah,
Play Tokyo Extreme Racer.
it's my favorite game. It's my favorite game I've barely played.
Kawashi Tai. Da, 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 da.
The physics in Tokyo Extreme Racer are hilarious. So no reverse. Can I not back
Arsenal upgrade token.
out of things?
You can only move forward. You can never go
Don't
back.
move forward.
It's a
But
metaphor.
the physics are hilarious.
Metaphor Refantasio?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so now that Yuri Lowenthal has definitely accidentally spilled the beans that there's a Persona 4 remake that's going to be shown at the Keeleys at Key 3.
That,
And now they're definitely not going to hire him now, no matter what. It's like, dude, what the fuck?
like,
Is there
here's
some
the
reason?
thing. He's
Is there some reason why they weren't hired?
like that is going to hurt him like, massively in the industry, like regardless. I
But, like, when I
understand that Yuri Lowenthal is a skilled.
Remy off.
but
Remy off.
He's gonna have to like maintain a low profile.
Well,
But did
he
he
definitely,
do
someone
anything
definitely
to make
called him
them
and said, "What the
not?"
fuck, dude?" And he said, "Oh no,
And then
oh,"
you're
he said, "Oh gosh, I'm Spider-Man."
In all honesty, it's probably just a case of they had a budget, they probably contacted his agents. His agent said this much, and then they were like, we're good.
My guess is it's probably like the Persona 3 remake where they explicitly wanted to hire a new cast. For at least the English dub.
So, yeah. So, is there anything
Because,
he might have done to make them not want him before
No.
this incident?
Yuri Lowenthal seemed...
Yeah.
Yuri Lowenthal seems like he's just kind of a dad.
I mean, the thing is like
He's a dad who sounds like a 15-year-old boy.
It is not the case. It is not the same situation as a certain Persona 3 character that had to definitely get recast. It's not that. It's not really.
Also,
Vic Mignogna?
Yeah.
Vic Mignogna?
Oh,
Vic Mignogna.
Vic Mama Blah.
Vicmin, oh god.
We don't have to talk about him anymore.
Yeah, we don't need
Vic,
to talk
the
about
dude
him
who handed
anymore.
me an audio Bible that he recited Mignogna.
Yeah.
I will
I
never
saw-
not forget
Oh,
that.
was there a scandal I didn't pay attention to?
Vic Mignogna?
With Vic Mignogna? Yeah, he was
Yeah.
caught.
Dude was
being
creeping
he
on
was
girls.
Caught doing. He was caught doing
Oh.
what youth pastors do.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever seen an interview with that guy?
Yeah.
He
It
just
makes
comes
sense.
across as he just comes across as that kind of.
You want to rephrase that,
person.
Justin? You want to rephrase that one?
Have I ever seen an
What'd I
interview
say?
with that guy? I filmed an interview
He
with
comes
that guy.
across.
Yeah. He comes across like someone
It's
who
a
would creep on
phrase.
underage girls.
Yeah.
Yes, the phrase comes across. Stop being a weirdo.
So
Yeah, something-
anyway.
something
My
weird
favorite-
about coming, okay?
My favorite
So,
thing about
The thing
Which one?
is, like, the original Persona 3 cast is in, a lot of them have, like, cameos in, Persona 3 Reload.
not
like-
him.
Yeah, not Mick... Weirdly enough.
Rick Mama.
Vic Berber, yeah.
Also,
guy.
Yuri Lowenthal's married to Tara Platt, who is the voice of Mitsuru in the original version of the game. And, she's also, Edelgard.
Oh,
My
so,
big memory
keeping all the
of
business.
Vic Mignon. is he recorded a video that he posted on his social media account. And it was a fan standing by him, trying to defend him while attending a con after getting his autograph. And it is a female, significantly younger than him. And he is coddling her, caressing her, playing with her hair, while she's talking about her. This man is misunderstood. You should stand by
Jesus.
Vic. And then he's just like touching her in literally all of the ways that this man has been accused of doing without consent. And it's like, brother, my brother.
So you said you've actually interviewed him.
I haven't interviewed him.
But you shot an interview of it with him?
I shot an interview with him and the dude who worked for the website that I worked for a website for a while, and essentially the interviewer, there was an interviewer, his name was Mike, and I was the camera.
Same Mike that for a website that you work for that you've mentioned before?
No, I know like several Mikes.
Michael is a common name.
This is the Mike that I might have told the story that we were playing. We were doing a Destiny raid, and he disappeared, and you just started hearing moaning noises coming out from his headset. You're like, ah, goddamn. His girlfriend just started moaning. It's like, turn off the fucking console, you piece of shit. Just several dudes yelling in their mics, like, Mike, fucking goddamn it, Mike.
God damn it, Mike.
Our DPS is down, Mike. What the fuck?
Mike. History's greatest Mikester.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, other than keeping the mic on, he did make the correct choice.
I'm not gonna say he made the wrong choice. I mean, he made a bad choice by just not unplugging his mic and/or just saying, "Sorry, guys, gotta go."
Sorry, guys, gotta go.
Sorry, guys, gotta go.
Quick,
Just like throw the console at the
related to the video game we're all ostensibly watching. Are these sprites?
No, they're 3D models.
Oh, because I've been glancing it out of the corner of my eye, and I'm like, oh wait, those are not sprites, even though they look like it for a bit.
Also, I have the Akimbo gun power up, and that's fun.
Akimbo? Akimbo? How do you say that? Akimbo?
Akimbo? Whatever.
I thought it was Akimbo.
How much Nightmare Reaper did you play, Braden?
I beat it.
You beat it? Cool.
Yeah, I beat Nightmare Reaper. That game's very cool.
I feel like you were going to follow that up with something.
However, I think because it is randomly generated and because the items have randomly generated properties on them, it's very easy to, like, either trivialize a level by getting something utterly busted or just be stuck with shit-ass guns.
Shit-ass guns?
Shit,
so ass
yeah.
guns that shoot shit or shit guns that shoot ass?
Yes, both.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Sully.
But yeah, I respect that auto run is enabled by default. That to me is video game.
You know what I've grown to become a fan of?
What?
In shooters, first-person shooters specifically? Just a fast movement speed, but they also give you the ability to do like a quick forward dash. Like, I love the game.
Uh-huh.
I also want a quick turn.
Okay, hear me out. What if you had a big fucking shield?
Sure.
And you just shield bashed everything?
Uh-huh.
I used to do that in the Ragnarok.
Well,
You also parry projectiles that are a certain color.
Yeah.
Listen, I know you dislike parry games.
The parry window is very
dislike
generous.
parry games. You can also adjust it to make it even more
Yeah,
generous.
no, I've played around a little bit with Doom the Dark Ages. It's fine.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Doom the Dark Ages gets a pass from me. Also, it's not French, so that's like a thing in its favor. Like any game that's not French, it's like an automatic like +1 to like its score out of 100.
You're just like Rayman, Rayman Legends.
Fucking Rayman.
How do we actually feel? I have
totally
never
fine.
played Rayman 2: The Great Escape. That game was ported
Rayman gets
to
better after the
literally
first one.
everything.
Yeah, Rayman 2: The Great Escape is kind of
Including
like, what if Banjo-Kazooie did better, but at a certain point you're like, I don't even want to play Banjo-Kazooie, so I wouldn't want to play this.
I love Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, Banjo-Kazooie's bad.
Yeah, it's good.
No, Banjo-Kazooie's good.
It's
It's a game that hasn't aged well.
It's a game
better
that
ideas
It
I
well
love
when it came out.
showing to children.
You love showing it to children.
Yeah.
It's a good game.
And then going, was this made in Roblox?
Thank God none of my nieces or nephews know what Roblox is.
Yeah, actually, one of the funny things about Banjo-Kazooie recently, when I tried to play it, is like, is this always like 20 frames per second? It turns out.
Yep. Yeah, no, you should play the XBLA version. It runs at 60.
I think I own the XBLA version.
If you own Rare Replay, you also own...
Rare Replay, yeah.
Yeah, that version.
Everyone bought Rare Replay.
And Rare Replay is a great... The great thing about Rare Replay,
Is that it's a good package? With a bunch of questionable games in it.
yeah, it's a fantastic package.
Wait, you don't want to play that weird, like, what was it?
The ZX, all of those fucking ZX Spectrum games that suck
There's
shit.
like one or two. There's like two.
Isn't
or
there like a
three.
swords and sorcery game or something?
Yep.
It's like that
Yeah.
game where you're playing as the knights. I don't know what it's called.
Wizards and Warriors,
Realizing
one might
that-
say.
Sure.
Every single NES racing game probably has not aged well. Like an RC Pro-Am.
Are
Yeah,
there
but
Yeah,
French
all
that's
the
FPS?
racing
FPS?
games aren't actually good.
Are there French
90% of the NES
FPS?
library has aged very poorly.
Yes, I mean,
French
the NES library
first-person
wasn't great
shooters.
at the time.
Yeah, French person shooters.
Yeah, French.
There's a lot of crap. Yes,
I mean,
for
there are a lot of
French
World War I
shooters.
shooters that are French person shooters if you're playing as the Axis.
Go play. Well, go play. What's the game for done? What's that for done?
Yeah,
game?
they're done.
Okay, so FPS, French person shooters are good when you're shooting Germans. As a
Yeah.
first.
VB. I should mention, you talked about Rayman 2.
Yeah.
I'm reminded of the single greatest review of Rayman 2. Ryan
greatest
Davis's user review for the N64 port of Rayman 2: The Great Escape. My Rayman 2 review! Exclamation mark. Ubisoft. Rayman 2, how good? Eating your fave ice cream while getting a BJ in Zero Gravity is a close second.
That was a bombcast bit.
That sounds like a
Sounds like a
review from the
user review
mid-90s.
written by a teenager.
Yeah. Anyway, as far as like first-person shooters made in France go, 13, and that seems kind of seems like it's about it.
I mean, all of the
We
Clancy
wait.
games were made in French Canada or America.
French Canada is
But
Canada.
French
That
games
is
are
French.
I can't imagine the Doomslayer going, oui, sir.
We and
I mean,
tail.
the Doomslayer doesn't say anything though, right? Just
he
punches.
has one. He says one word in the Dark Ages, just one.
Yeah.
Oh
He
yeah.
tells somebody to run.
How do you
it
say
doesn't
run
go,
in French?
No, he just says that. He says it in a gravelly English.
No, but now I'm curious. Like, is there like a French dub where they managed to get a French actor to just say whatever the word is? I'm curious now.
It's just the word run.
All right, so I can upgrade the
don't know how to
rifle
say
to a
it.
heavy rifle, which
So go set the game to French, and then
Someone go set
Play
the
through
game to
it.
French right now. Absolutely. Do
I
it.
can upgrade the rifle to a
Yes.
heavy
Well, I have to
rifle
remember
or a
that
burst
the,
rifle.
The French Canadians in, like, say, a Montreal are significantly different than, say, the ones that live in Quebec. Whoa.
And the super shotgun, you can
Doing
either
it
make it
again.
an auto shotgun
I tried
or
that time.
a
That was my best
a
effort.
6-barrel
Genuinely, I
super
tried.
shotgun.
And you not to say Quebecer?
that sounds like a
Doesn't sound-
slur.
You can't say that. I'm sorry, that one's off the table.
Believe it or
You
not,
can't say
people
that's
say that
a
all the
hard
time.
R.
It's that for whatever
damn it.
reason, my attempt to try and like in full speech impediment like marble mouth, I can't do it. I can't pronounce this right. I'm sorry.
Blame your speech impediment for that.
I have a speech impediment. This is a well-known,
So do I.
well-discussed thing. I can't do like certain French sounds. Genuinely.
That's called not being French.
Yeah, that's just called
Yeah.
not being French. It's all right.
Oh,
You know-
Quebecer.
The Quebecois can't.
Yeah, you can't
have
say
certain
Quebecois.
French sounds.
don't use a hard R.
Quebecois.
Don't-
I say
say that.
Quebecois.
Yeah, see,
What's
it
up, my
starts to sound like
Quebecois?
baby mouth, and it's like, then I just can't not do it right.
All right.
That I mean, that's just French.
Oui, oui.
Oh,
Ha ha. Napoleon.
Anyways, to answer ZP's question, yes, there are the Quebecois in Montreal who will be like, hey, we like tourist money, so we're not going to treat these Anglophones like shit. And then there's everyone else who's like, you speak English, fuck you.
you English dog.
I know people who. I have friends who live in French Canada.
But they can confirm this.
They
You are
I actually haven't
English
been.
dog.
I haven't been in Quebec since the year 2014.
Quebec?
Alex
Quebec?
Quebec.
No,
that
they're-
their Quebec?
Americans. I know multiple Americans that just call it Quebec.
Quebec.
Oh,
It's
you know.
because Americans are stupid.
Have you considered that is you are doing what they call in debate an appeal to authority, but your appeal to authority is other ignorant Americans.
You see, when it comes to Quebec, it's fine because they don't even want to learn English there.
That's true. Most of them
And
don't.
and it's Canada. They're in Canada, and like they insist on speaking French. So
Well, they wish they weren't
They're
in
as
Canada.
ignorant as we are.
They wish.
That's what I have to say. Well, what I'm saying is, you should actually be able to use the hard R when talking about the people from Quebec.
No.
No.
That is not the sentence you should say.
Why are you?
Hi, I'm twitch.tv/arbitrarywater. I do not endorse anything the people in this chat are saying right now. Jeff Bezos, please do not demonetize me.
Yeah, those Quebec PRs, yeah. Those people from Quebec.
He's referencing what ZP was saying earlier, but I do think it's time.
Okay, fine.
So yeah,
So this is a video.
this is a video game.
So this game is Estonian or Lithuanian? Did you figure it out? Or is it Latvian?
Been too busy shooting things. Shooting things is universal.
Universal
It's the name of
shooter.
the next Doom game. Doom Universal.
So we don't know where. So we don't know where in the Baltics this is from.
It's not the Balkans, it's the Baltics.
Baltics. I said Baltics.
You said Balkans.
No, I said
He
Baltics.
said Baltics.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Too busy shooting things.
The game is I'm discharging
You picked
firearms.
You picked the next to hardest difficulty. So,
Yeah,
you
I
got
picked
concentrates
the
on
ultraviolence equivalent. Yes.
Because he has to prove he's a gamer.
Also, I think this game's fun.
Fair.
Unlike something about that.
I do like
game
how
is
M is
better than
basically
Hexen.
calling you a baby.
Yeah, how do you
it's a
feel about
different
M calling
year.
you a baby?
I actually don't like it, and I would rather that the tenor of that.
But also, we have to have M on the podcast now.
Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, I was
Because
gonna say that. You need to get her schedule.
not since that time M played Draken and was like, it wasn't that hard, you people are babies.
Yeah.
It
Though I
wasn't-
will
it
say
wasn't
this,
even that.
M
That
played...
wasn't
M
like
played the
the-
much easier version of
Yeah, the
Draken.
easier version.
There's no moat shark in the SNES version of Draken.
No. Oh, that mode shark is so fucking good.
That moat shark is
that
still
like
one
the
of the
game shark or
funniest.
sewer shark?
I
Do you
think
not know...
early off the deep end isms
played
is moat
Draken.
shark.
Okay, hang on a second. I'm gonna post a link. It's gonna take me a second.
Like moat shark is an early off the deep end ism that when we were still getting our voice. Oh look, it's the postal guy.
Yeah, I remember very specifically, like, people making donations as the moat shark when he played it for charity.
Yeah.
The postal guy being dead is a lot
It's
better than
acceptable. It's
any
better
other-
than him being
yeah.
alive.
yeah.
Or maybe just no postal guy at all.
Yeah, that would be nice if we didn't have to
I-
reference postal.
For whatever reason, people I otherwise respect like Postal.
Like, really?
How many other than Civ
Like the first
11?
one, or like the franchise as a whole?
Specifically postal.
Postal 2, to be clear.
Why that one?
Because in regards to Postal 2, I can see why, like, that game is like a weird fuck around sandbox game that is also like fucking busted, but it's very ambitious and it's very shitposty. I just find its tone. Go ahead.
I can see like the angry adolescent appeal to Postal 2. It's not.
Is that the
Don't
Gary
play
Coleman?
it. I don't.
I'm gonna say yes.
I'll,
Yeah. But here, like I know you don't like Noah Collier-Gervais, but he reviewed those
I
games
respect him.
and he described them as asshole simulators, which is just about the best way you can describe them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And like, I can see why Postal 2 might be important to some people, but like, none of them are worth playing.
Wait, which one of us is
Not
supposed to be
these days.
anti-Noah Caldwell-Gervais?
I find him in desperate need of an editor. That's what I would say about him.
Oh, okay.
Like, I think he's very smart, and I think I watched his entire Neverwinter Nights overview video, and I'm like, he makes some well-considered points.
But also, wow, that's a lot.
But also, this video could have been half as long and made those same points.
There you go.
I totally hear what you're saying.
But also, listen, I just watched Fuamoko play.
So many more other YouTube essayists and personalities also. Like,
And
that is
he
my
is
big
smarter
problem
than a
with
lot
Action
of
Bud.
those YouTube essayists. I'll say I did watch Fuamoko play Fatal Frame for 8 hours. I got through that stream archive over a couple days. Very funny.
The thing I like, I like Noah Gervais in general, but like the thing I like most about him is he seems determined not to sell out in any way whatsoever.
His video where he decided
does
to
what he
do a
wants to
cross-country road trip.
That Lincoln Highway video might be one of my favorite YouTube videos. I have seen all of
Alright, I
it.
need to watch.
I like
once.
Tim Rogers, so I'm not against the concept
Yeah.
of long, overly indulgent.
I should clarify. I watched it like an hour at a time. I did not watch it as one whole 8-hour
Oh
video.
yeah, of course. Of course.
I did it more like a
yeah.
yeah. But doing it that way, he covers a lot of really interesting, cool points about Americana in the early to mid 20th century.
Just remember when like I know that he doesn't do a lot of videos today, but remember how like Ahoy's whole gimmick was that I'm gonna teach you this huge moment of video game history, but I promise my videos are gonna be under 15 minutes long. Like, oh man.
I still haven't watched Tim Rogers' LA Noire video.
I think
Tim Rogers is really guilty of that, and like I said, Action Button, that Tokimeki Memorial video is the only thing that man has ever made that I've watched all the way.
I love that Tokimeki Memorial video so much.
Oh, I've only seen the
5
more
hours.
punchy Tokimeki video.
Yeah. So here's the thing about limiting videos to 15 minutes. If you're talking about some kind of an important moment or concept, that's not really enough. I do think there's a lot of.
Then do multiple episodes rather than one giant thing. Like that would be my ask.
I don't
You can
necessarily agree with that either.
multiple episodes to a television show. You can have multiple episodes to it.
I think you could have long videos and have them broken up better than a lot of YouTubers do.
I say watch Christian TV's 14 hours on Vanilla WoW. That's what I say.
No.
Fuck that.
I'm just secret
Do it,
hunting.
cowards.
Don't mind me.
I don't even want to fuck for 14 hours. Why would I watch a YouTube video for 14 hours?
I mean, you watch it over the course of a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But if
See,
you,
this is the
want
other
to learn
thing that I like about
absolutely
Secret
everything,
Base is they break things up before they do the big video that has everything in one sitting. How's the video game, Braden?
It's good. I'm having a fun time.
I'm having a good time.
I mean, let's see. What was the other thing I installed? Yeah, I could always play more Tomb Raider 3.
Tomb Raider, more like you're a Tomb hater.
I like that game.
No, you don't.
I like those old Tomb Raider games a lot more than I thought I would.
You hate them. You don't
Yeah.
like them for the right reasons.
I mean,
No, you don't.
that's just true.
you're
70%
supposed to
explosion
like them
resistance.
for the boobs and nothing else. That's the way it
Combo
was intended.
retainer.
Mm-hmm.
Probe didn't actually want anyone. What was it? Probe? Who made that game?
Probe?
Bro,
Yeah. Probe didn't actually want you to like the gameplay. You're just there for like those triangles.
Do we want to put fire or ice damage on this rifle?
Fire and ice.
I have to pick one or the other.
Which one seems...
Fire lights things on fire. I feel
Fire
like
lights things on fire. I feel like with the rifle I'm spraying, and I can get 50 headshots with the rifle, easy peasy. And then as for stats, I could get tough shell, which gives me explosion resistance, but I kind of want to save for fast switch. Because being able to switch weapons fast seems like a core mechanic of this game. Will I do Tomb Raider Underworld? I'm not against it.
We'll have to do Angel of Darkness and Legends.
Yeah, but I gotta do Angel of Darkness and Legends and Anniversary first, obviously.
No, I think Anniversary's after Underworld.
No, Anniversary,
No,
it's
came out-
Legends, Anniversary, and then
first.
Underworld.
I thought Anniversary was like 2010. Underworld
No,
was like
Anniversary
08.
was
No.
on the PS2. I mean, I guess they all were.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different. I'm thinking of a different Anniversary then. Like the, because that's just the remake of 3 for the 360, right? Of 1 for the 360, right?
Yeah,
Is that what we're talking about?
it is Crystal Dynamics remake of Tomb Raider 1.
Yeah, but that's like
it was
2010.
a PS2 game.
No, it was not 2010.
No, Legends was 05. Legends was a PS2 game first.
I thought Legends was a
No, Legends was a 360. Legends was 06.
Okay.
Yeah, that was on 360. Not
But
crazy.
Anniversary.
I'm not crazy.
Anniversary. Let's look up Tomb Raider Legends
It's
release
called
date.
Google, right? Like it has information.
March 29th, 2007. Okay, Tomb Raider Anniversary release date. All right, June 5th, 2007. So Anniversary and Legend came out right next to each other.
I found a secret. I found a secret. Look at me. I found a secret. If there's not a secret, by finding this wall, I'm gonna be very upset. Why else would the game let me do this? If not, because I found a secret.
You have a secret. That secret is armor and bullets.
Oh, I can get up there. But how? Yeah. So I'm gonna say, yeah, immediately, I'm pretty pro this game. This game gives a very good, strong first impression. I like it when video games put their foot forward in a way that is not the worst fucking thing you've seen in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my hot take.
No notes. You just don't like. You like it when games are good.
I like it when the video games are good. I also like it when the video games are bad, but bad in a way that's funny or fun to talk about.
Oh, we'll have stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I'm excited. You want to record that next week?
Sure.
I'm just
Okay,
thinking.
well,
I'm
if
also
y'all get
thinking
involved
about
after that.
podcast timing. Because
Yeah.
has
said you
the
were
first
gonna
Type
probably
Zero
go on
episode
vacation?
aired yet?
No, so that one's in the can.
Okay,
I
that's
don't
in the
know
can.
why.
So okay, we have some wiggle room then. Because let's see. Was it what's today's episode? Is it that?
I don't know what today's episode is. It's probably that.
It is probably the Type Zero episode. Oh.
Alright.
Listen, some of these people were civilians. It's just the price they're going to have to pay.
Okay, Mr. President.
I just see motion and I shoot, okay? That's what they taught me in the police academy.
Jeez.
I mean, you're not wrong. Shoot first and never ask questions.
Never admit guilt. Here's another thing is I think I've come to realize that when I'm playing an FPS, I do like a shitty ruined medieval town. I think that's a good aesthetic.
Do you want it at the start, or do you want it like as an eventual thing?
Either or. Because even Daikatana has a ruined medieval town.
Midway through, though.
It's Viking, but
Yeah.
You want the like vibrant, largely positive, upbeat town at the start. You want to know what
Yeah.
the promise of like the good world, right?
yeah. I need random villagers I need to protect from the monsters.
Wait, have you streamed Tech War? Yet?
I have not streamed Tech War. That was on the short list for the Wheel of Dubious FPSs, but instead I played Night Witch Haven.
Witch Haven.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which is the other game from Capstone that came out the same day.
They have a few.
And that game's fucking. Hey, guess what? That game's fucking busted. I know, hard to believe.
Witch Haven is supposed to be the best Capstone game.
Yeah. I like how much the magic wand is just a big old blaster. But yeah, Justin, what would you say is your high values for a FPS? What are the things you want in a good FPS of any kind? Because I think for me,
first-person perspective.
I want it. Unless you're Halo.
All right, ZP's a squabble for being a smartass.
Unless you are making Halo, I want the game to be fucking fast at this point.
I don't really need it to be fast, frankly.
Or unless it's like a weird tactical shooter, I guess.
Give me a trudgy FPS with like a high jump. Just give me Halo. Just give me Halo, motherfucker.
I mean, I
do like SWAT.
I can enjoy. I just want you to pick a movement speed that works for the game you're making. If you have large levels, do not introduce a slow movement speed. And vice versa. I think one of the problems with Wrath Eon of Ruin is that game puts you in some constrained spaces with a movement speed of a boomer shooter.
A Quake speed of movement.
Yes, and it does not. There are times where it does not. As for what I actually want, I want good encounter design. I want a combat loop that is more than just serious sand, right? Like, if all I'm doing is looking at a dude and holding down, like, if all of the guns are very basic and it's just hordes of enemies that you mow down and none of them have any real variation, or that you don't really approach anything differently in any case, that's boring. I want to look at a group of enemies, have all of them be extremely identifiable, and in a split second be able to make some kind of tactical decision, like I want to use this weapon and position myself here, and so on and so forth. Like, facilitate that.
How do you feel about what you're watching right now?
It seems, I haven't watched enough of it to really know, but it does seem like you're shooting like varying sizes of the same enemy. Like, I'm playing Bolt Gun right now. I haven't played any of this, so I don't know if that's actually true or not. But I'm playing Bolt Gun right now, and there's definitely, like, I've definitely had a lot of occasions where I'm looking at what I'm doing and picking a weapon that I think fits the situation best, moving in such a way that I feel like I can dodge the most bullets, so on and so forth. Like, making all those decisions quickly is a lot of what makes these games work. That's what makes me like Doom Eternal so much, because it does all of that pretty much perfectly, except when it doesn't.
Nobody's perfect.
Doom Eternal is both the best by far and the worst by far of this new trilogy of Doom games.
Just really high highs and really low lows.
There are a handful of occasions in Doom Eternal where I feel like it drops the ball a bit, primarily revolving around the Marauder, who I think just spits in the face of that combat loop's strengths. I feel like if you make a game where all of the weapons are equally viable in any situation, it's not as interesting, right? And the Dark Ages is an exception to that because it does so much new and different compared to basically every other game of its type, with its shield and everything. I'm sorry you disagree with me, but you're smart enough to do that in a more tactful way.
Did he fuck with his pizza? I think he fucked with his pizza.
Why are fucking mouse dongles these days? USB mouse dongles, especially for wireless mouse. These little fucking clips. Like, fuck, dude.
I'm sorry, what? How did you describe them?
It's something more. I'm not gonna. All right, so ZP, there is a man in the boat. You have to find the man in the boat.
Yeah.
All right, so,
Oh, fuck, I wasn't muted?
No, you said clits, and we were like, what? So, first-person shooters. Does anyone have any response to how I described that?
I don't have a response.
I like...
the first-person shooter should have good encounter design.
I think level design and encounter design are crucial.
Yeah.
And it's why a lot of that 360 era of game just falls so flat for me.
I mean, when you look at like Halo ODST, like the level design could just be like a series of large areas, but if the placement of the enemies and the way that their AI works and the variety are all good, then like the good encounter design is more important.
I mean, Halo gets the advantage of having basically knocked it out of the ballpark as far as like enemy variety and the guns you use to fight them in the first game. It needed some refinements, but there's a good variety of weapons there. All of them do a unique thing. There's only a handful of enemy types, but all of them are individual. All of them are very identifiable, do a pretty interesting thing well, and they're all like combined in some pretty interesting ways. And all of the Halo games strongly benefited from that. There's a reason we're still fighting Covenant in Halo Infinite, even though it doesn't necessarily make sense to still be fighting Covenant.
We've already talked about this.
They got the shields.
Boy, it felt like they had an opportunity to finally do what they probably needed to do with 4, and then they. The narrative, at the very least. I'm not saying the games don't play well. The games still play well, but narratively.
The story in Halo 4 is fine. It's Halo 5 where they really dropped the ball narratively.
Yeah. Halo 5, they kind of shit the bed.
I mean, the biggest cardinal sin of 5, and to a degree 4, is the villain of the week format, where it felt like the Prometheans were going to be the villains of 4, and they were going to be a recurring force. And then, nope, he's dead. All right, moving on. And then they fucked up everything they did with Halsey, and she really did.
Didn't they just do that again, though?
Yeah, well, they dropped entirely they have dropped the storyline they were going for twice now.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're doing that again with Infinite.
Because it seems like everything they did with Infinite isn't going to be continued narratively next.
Well, didn't they start
even though
Cortana
he did go through that portal.
Oh
yeah, so Infinite's wild because they set up Cortana as being the main villain in 5, and then
they kill
she
her
dies
off screen. Yep.
Yeah, but like before 6 starts.
And then it turns out the real villain is the bad guy from Halo Wars 2.
So she doesn't even appear.
No. The bad guy from Halo Wars 2 dies in the first like 20 minutes of Halo Infinite. It's a different guy.
Yeah, it's
then they're
just a revolving door of former Covenant warlords.
This is the funniest bit. At the end of Halo Infinite, if you wait till after credits, and I think it's only on like Heroic or Legendary, you get a post-credits cutscene where you find out that the bad guy from Halo Wars 2 got sent back in time like 100,000 years.
So Atriox survived by he uses a door to unlock his sealed door so that he can come back, and that he was like an instrumental figure in terms of leading to and then on top of that, if you finish on Legendary, there's an additional scene onto Atriox's scene between Despondent Pyre and the Forward. How the Endless gets created.
Listen, it gets real dumb. I like Halo 4 a lot. I think people should play Halo 4. But if someone were to ask me, like, if I wanted to get into Halo games, so what should I play? I would just say the Bungie games. And then if you're still interested, keep going.
It's super easy. Just play the Master Chief. Just get a copy of the Master Chief.
Play all those. I do love. Real quick, I do love Infinite's combat loop. I want to get this out there. I loved playing Infinite. That combat loop and that grapple hook, amazing. It's just very good. Perfect. Loved it. Everything else about that game is kind of bad. Go ahead.
No, it sounds like the problem is
what's Yatsu? What's your point, Yatsu?
No, I just want to confirm this. So, you're saying in Halo 5 they set up Cortana as which I was well aware of. No one would shut up.
She is a villain in Halo 5.
She's a villain in Halo 5, but it's not resolved.
No, it's not. Okay, so here's
in Halo Infinite, she's not appearing in this film.
She does appear in the game, but it's like a recording of her where she basically goes, "Yeah, I'm sorry about all that."
That's why I'm dead.
And that's that. Yeah.
Yeah. And also there's Cortana, but she's called Weapon because they don't want to give them names at that point.
She adopts Cortana's name at the end.
Oh,
I do think it's very funny.
Break.
I do think it's very funny that Microsoft introduced their Cortana as their like AI assistant in Windows 10. At about the same time, 343 was like, "Yeah, Cortana's the villain now."
Mm-hmm.
But no, here's a quick recap of Halo 5 story. Master Chief falls down a pit and gets hits his head real hard. And Cortana appears to him in a dream, telling him to go to this place and do this thing. And when he wakes up, his three best pals are there, and he's like, "Guys, I've got to go to this place and do this thing. My dead AI girlfriend told me to." And they all just say, "Yeah, okay," and they agree to go. And that's Halo 5's story.
And also Locke is there, and Locke's like, "I'm going to stop you, Master Chief." And then he's like, "Actually, never mind. You're fine. You're good."
Yeah. There's the whole marketing setup just gets resolved in a cutscene after a small fight that doesn't matter.
Story requires you to still like their reliance on terminals, right?
You don't have to be a good writer to understand that that's bad writing.
So the thing about the terminals in like Halo 3 and like all the backstory in Halo 1 and 2 and stuff is the stories of those games function, at least the first 3 function without you having to dig into any of that. Like the in the moment at present story. Yeah. You don't need extra stuff to understand what's going on and why you're doing what you're doing.
But if you wanted to like explore like kind of almost no clip and do this like skill move to like open a terminal up and get some weird ancillary lore, it was kind of cool. The problem is starting with 4 and then it came to a head with 5. Like, you don't know what these characters who are trying to kill you are or why they want to kill you unless you find a far-off bullshit.
Or you've read the novels.
I would argue that even in Halo Reach, you don't necessarily understand the significance of Reach and what happens on Reach. If you haven't read at least the Fall of Reach.
Here's the thing, as someone who didn't read the Fall of Reach, I don't think you need to know the significance of it, because the significance of it is them building this team together and you watching them fall one by one. Like, that's
actually
the thing.
think that the story of Reach is actually better if you don't know that it's actually this mission that was a huge failure for them. which makes it slightly more impactful. But the one time when I thought that like relying on terminals as like a narrative linchpin actually worked for Halo was playing like ODST, because it was like creepiness.
All that stuff.
The terminals are like, yo, this city's fucked, and all of these people who are totally dead, you get to learn about like what their lives were.
Oh yeah, all of the terminal stuff in ODST is great, especially like the audio log short story.
Who did the Sadie story is basically Dante's Inferno log series.
That was Gamer 152.
Gamer.
Who else would it be? It's the man with the avatar.
But that's the only time where I really feel like those terminals were both assistive, a crutch, and I actually looked forward to getting them and didn't feel like I missed one that I was really like kneecapping me, because at the end of the day, the story to ODST at least has some meat to it, and maybe one of the more interesting, risky plot twists in the entire fucking franchise.
The whole engineers thing.
The whole engineer twist is still something that at least they did something risky.
Okay, so here's the thing. If you had already read First Strike, which I had because I was a weird kid, you already knew all that.
You already knew that. That's fine. You already knew that the engineers were bugs. Sure. But the way that they did it in that game was really well done. I remember the bugs that would, like, help Master Chief with his armor, and then they were like, we gotta kill the bugs because now they know your shit. No, wait, the bugs are nice. They don't like the fucking Covenant.
They're being forced.
They're strapped with bombs.
Yeah. Anyway, someone redeemed ad time. Hi there, I'm twitch.tv/arbitrarywater. Did you know you can support me and my friends on Patreon by going to patreon.com/deeplistens? You already gave Giant Bomb a bunch of money. Why not give us some?
Sometimes we talk about topics that are related to games that you actually ask us to play. Things such as Lunar Dragons.
I don't believe you.
Unlimited Saga.
Braden, I believe, but you, I don't.
Unlimited Saga. Pokemon XD,
Pokemon
Gale
Snap.
of Darkness.
Oh, God. Oh, see, yeah, that's the Pokemon game if we were to play it.
If we were to play that...
If we were to play a Pokemon game, we're not playing a Pokemon game. We're playing
You're not gonna play the Mystery Dungeon?
Game.
I mean, people like those Mystery Dungeon games, but I feel like if we're gonna play Mystery Dungeon, we should either play Toroneko, like the original Toroneko Mystery Dungeon, or
Omega Labyrinth Life.
Or Omega Labyrinth Life. Or Shiren the Wanderer.
So if you guys were to play an FPS RPG, like what would be on the table for that?
Daikatana.
I'm trying to think of ones that exist.
Daikatana.
Or
Deus Ex.
Deus
I guess
Ex.
those Fallout games count.
I mean, we already played Deus Ex, but we played the PS2 version.
Bethesda Fallout game.
I mean, Fallout 3 and New Vegas and 4 can count, but also...
Hellgate London.
Can you even still play Hellgate
yes,
London?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, yes.
There's a weird, like... It's weird. Basically, the rights to Hellgate London are owned by some sort of, like, Chinese conglomerate.
I'd be up for playing that, man. Oh, like, yeah, it's System Shock 2. Like, let's fuck around.
Hey, man, that System Shock 2 remaster, The Night Dive, is finally coming out
this year.
Next month. They offered
Does Bioshock count?
Yeah.
Sort of.
Not really.
Bioshock's barely an RPG.
I mean, System Shock 1 does... I wouldn't even count System Shock 1. There's no, like, leveling up or anything in that. Not really, no, there's not.
No, it's all gear-based.
Alright, then System Shock 1.
No, System Shock 1 does not fit.
I said System Shock 2.
Yeah, System Shock 2 does fit, because there's a lot of... There's experience and character building and so on. System Shock 1 honestly feels more to me like a Resident Evil. Not in gameplay, obviously, but like in terms of like managing equipment and stuff. Yeah, you have a safe room, but with a box in it, and stuff like that. That System Shock 1 remake's real fucking good.
It is.
I respect how much that System Shock 1 remake is just. They just did it. They just made that game, but the UI and the controls are legible.
Yeah, you can read a guide for the original System Shock while playing the System Shock remake, and it all works. You could just it's the same game, just looks better and plays better. Pretty much.
Alright, I got fire damage from my rifle.
You sure are mowing a lot of dudes down.
Yeah. But sometimes the dudes are big and shoot rockets at me.
Yeah.
Doom RPG, you're right. Played Doom RPG, Orcs and Elves. I mean, the thing about Orcs and Elves is there's not actually a whole lot to talk about in that game.
It's a very simple thing. Like it's the fact that they fit all of that. They did like
onto
the
a
system,
phone.
the engine, and the world on a phone, like a Java phone.
Yeah.
I mean, The Outer Worlds is an FPS RPG.
Sure is, Justin.
It is.
You're not gonna play that. I'm not expecting you to.
I played that game once and said this is fine.
We're all forgetting about the most obvious.
Borderlands.
I define cybermancy.
Oh yeah.
Go.
That game's a goddamn mess.
Yeah,
I define cybermancy as all genres at the same time.
Yeah, Cybermancy is a game so obtuse and esoteric that it scares me.
And French.
Even Braden's like, yeah, this is too much.
No, here's the thing. I played that game. I think it was with Justin.
Yeah, it was me and Mike. We played a bunch of it. And me and Mike and you, we played a bunch of it. And yeah.
It turns out like the thing about that game is that once you get past the part where it doesn't explain its systems, which it has many, it's kind of just a weird janky FPS where enemies constantly respawn.
Yeah, like the character building stuff is the part of that game that's interesting and good, where you can like jump 10,000 feet in the air and shoot your guns faster, and stuff like that. But the actual gameplay, not very engaging. I'm glad they eventually got to make a game that was at least okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget the name of it. Yes.
I think Necromunda's fun. It's also jank as fuck. 10 out of 10.
Expect nothing less.
And also, I played that game at launch, and it was very,
They've done some... They did a significant rework, didn't they?
I'm sure they did. I'm sure it plays a lot better now. Also, I own that game on Epic.
They did a significant rework of what was it, Death Hulk, Death something,
Space Hulk Deathwing.
Space Hulk Deathwing. They did a significant rework of that, and apparently it's still not great.
Yeah. I would like that studio to keep existing, because I think video games are more interesting places when they're weird and made by weirdos. should... here's another reason why I like this game. As we've all established, I think the concept of the gun wizard is one of those underutilized tropes that we need more of in video games and media and life. Because, unfortunately, in a Pathfinder tabletop, there is a gun wizard archetype, but you basically give up. You have 4 restricted spell schools, so half of your spell book is you have to cast it at 1 level higher. In exchange for being able to use a gun, which you are still a wizard, and therefore you're not going to be able to hit anything. And you can use your gun's enchantment bonus with the attack roll and damage of, like, Scorching Ray and similar spells. Which is not very good. Just got a Wilhelm scream.
Alright, well. I'm gonna dip out.
Chris, you want to stream today, Chris?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me like a 10-15 minute thing. You can keep going, Dope.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. Because I'm having a good time.
I take Mario Kart Super Circuit as the worst Mario Kart you played, Lionheart. That's
not a
that's right?
that's the GBA one. That's not a controversial take, honestly.
Yeah, that one's I think honestly easily the worst one.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm not a Double Dash defender. I will say that I think Double Dash is mostly boring, but that one I think is actively just a bad.
Like, it was novel when it was the 3rd Mario Kart game.
Yeah.
Oh, that
control scheme on that.
But, buddy, sir, that's just a shambler.
No, it's a shambler.
It's an uber shambler.
Mario Kart DS, hell of a game.
Mario Kart DS, now that's a fucking Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
playing it online is, like, impossible, or was, I mean, impossible.
I mean, people cheated like crazy, and then also people got very good at snaking.
Yeah, like, the snaking that it let you do was basically just like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ, but,
also,
just playing that with friends,
yeah.
great.
Also, half of the tracks weren't online. You could not play half of the tracks in Mario Kart DS online.
Yeah, but, like, locally you could play all the tracks from what I remember.
Yes.
Which was really cool.
And locally you could do up to 8.
Yeah, and you can even, like, you don't even need a copy of the game to add some people. They'll be, like, stuck as a shy guy, but that's not a big deal.
I found the super armor.
Your super armor.
Thank you.
No.
I missed one secret, and it was the one with the cameo.
I know you love Cameo. It's one of your favorite 360 launch games.
It's okay. I would need to replay Cameo, but the overwhelming thing I remember about Cameo is it's okay.
Is it better or worse than Perfect Dark Zero?
Perfect Dark Zero is poor.
Yeah.
I don't think that game is that bad.
Well, you're wrong.
The last boss
I played it.
I played it too. I think that game is fine.
That game is deeply disappointing.
Oh,
it's like one of those things where
Perfect Dark is so good.
No, it's nothing like that. It's basically like, hey, you know, Microsoft purchased this studio. Microsoft knows how to make good FPSs, or they have teams that can make really good first-person shooters. This is the technically, quote unquote, the original team that did console first-person shooters and made them like the hit that they are. Except they decided to learn none of the fucking lessons that people have already learned between Perfect Dark and Perfect Dark Zero. It's like, oh, did Halo exist? I mean, I guess, but we didn't fucking look at Halo at all. I would honestly say, like, I would rather play Perfect Dark 1 than Perfect Dark 0. And I don't even think that's a hot take.
Yeah, this game looks cool. No comments other
No
than
comments.
it's cool,
I
right?
think this game looks cool and it plays pretty well.
So do you find yourself, how quick
A
is that
vast
switch
improvement over the
between
first.
gun versus melee? Pretty quick.
Yeah. Yeah, and I also got the perk that gave me, the fast switch, so...
So with that giant shambler, there are like bosses in this
Yeah.
game? Okay. So there are end notes for certain environments.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man. Cyber Demon.
What's the spider mastermind from?
Doom. Doom 2, right?
No, Spider Mastermind's the end of Doom 1. It's
Right.
the last boss of Episode 3. Because the boss of Episode 1 is 2 Hell Barons. The boss of Episode 2 is the Cyber Demon.
I always sometimes like get the Spider Mastermind and Arachnotrons.
Arachnotrons are in Doom 2. And they're just shittier Spider Masterminds.
Yes. That's what I was thinking. Because I remember... Because the Arachnotrons are far more common in Doom 2, so I always thought of them as, like, the enemy type that I really like their design. Fucking lazy bastards. I like how in Doom 64 they gave them more legs, Arachnotrons.
Yeah.
And they're just creepy motherfuckers in that game.
It's kind of wild to me how well Doom 64 is.
Yeah, it's got a weird claymation look that is unlike anything that has ever been seen in the series, and so that has helped it age admirably to a degree.
I also think... I mean, one can certainly make the case that, like, Doom 64's level design is a little too focused on, like, gotcha... like, trap rooms and puzzles.
I mean, you kind of had to do it at the time.
Because the N64 couldn't deal with... But it gives that game a very different feel as a result.
Yeah. And when you compare it to, like, the other games that came out for the N64 at the time, that were just straight-up ports, like Duke Nukem 64, and, like, the Hexen port, and even the Quake port.
Yeah.
It gives it a unique feel. Like, you know, as someone who played Doom on, like, a PC...
Yeah.
Just playing that again wouldn't have been very interesting.
Yeah, also the PS1 port of Doom 1 is good. And it's got that Aubrey Hodges soundtrack, whereas which Doom 64 also has, which gives it, once again, a very different tone. I don't even know where my mana is.
Oh yeah, Lionheart. OG Doom levels are bigger, or at least they get bigger by I would say halfway through the first chapter. Or the
And
first,
Doom
like,
2
episode.
has plenty of levels that are too big. Thanks, Sandy Peterson. Hi, Sandy. Hope you're doing well.
You did not do this at all.
That's not how I, John Romero, recall this happening. And are you going to argue with John Romero?
I try not to.
He seems like a nice man.
I wonder if ever he's like thought of, you know what, I'm gonna call John Romero's thing that you're wrong, John Romero, and it's like, same thing, you've already been reviewed by multiple people. No one trusts you.
I don't even know who this is supposed to be.
Secret cameo. Can you get closer?
It looks...
Never mind, you're already gone. It's fine. Do you think it's like some random character from some indie game?
From some indie shooter. I mean, if there's a cameo in every level, then yes. See, the thing is, I've heard Beyond Citadel is like a good shooter, as opposed to the original Citadel. But the part where it's like weird anime girl guru shit.
Yeah, that's something I've never.
That's one of those things where it's like, yeah, boy, these women sure are moaning as they have their guts spilled out. It's like, okay. Good for you, game dev. You made a boom shoot that I don't want to stream.
Yep.
Because it will make me feel like a creep.
You know, and I will say this, like, I don't think it's just because it's like, oh, it's women that would make me feel icky about that. Like, whenever I tried to play Soldier of Fortune 2, I just needed to stop, like, almost immediately.
But I like it. That's how it's fun. It's so funny.
I mean, the original Soldier of Fortune is really funny.
The original Soldier of Fortune, yes. But that one's, like, comedic and not nearly as, like,
yeah. I mean, that game you blow people's arms off with a Desert Eagle, and that's fun.
Like, and there's, like, pieces of their flesh missing. You're like, I don't like this. Or at least I didn't.
I have only played the first one. And I played the first one right up until I realized its checkpoint system was...
Garbage?
Aggressive and mean. Let's say. But I like the part where you're just it was the 90s, so it was cool to be a mercenary doing ill shit. As opposed to now, where
it's like sad and depressing.
Evil PMCs are a very popular trope, and
they did that in the Call of Duty once.
And here's the depressing thing about evil PMCs as a trope is that PMCs are basically places for
torture now.
People who
just imprisoning people.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say like, let's say Western-based PMCs, and not the Wagner group.
Oh yeah, like we are always obsessed about, you know, Blackwater and its many renames, but also most PMCs are actually.
But isn't like the whole thing, like all the Western ones are basically comprised of people basically abandoned by, you know,
yeah, like it's ex-military people who either wanted more money or got kicked out. for being a problem.
Yeah, and like maybe didn't necessarily get the help they needed, but instead we're just like, well, we'll give you this gun if you pay it.
Or I enjoy killing for money.
Yeah.
You know, like someone that, I don't know, maybe there'd be a red flag in some sort of psych evaluation.
Yeah.
So but as a result, like, most PMCs are like full of clowns. Clowns and
They're
thugs.
poorly run. They're historically poorly run, and like the idea that they would be able to, like, the Wagner group is a perfect case of how, oh wait, PMCs absolutely can't do it. They're dipshits.
Yeah.
That man thought he could take a couple of tanks and fucking take down Putin.
And then he accepted Putin's deal and went, oh. And then weirdly enough, his plane blew up.
Top 10 mistakes to make in the world of just anything, really.
Is yeah, maybe if you take a swing, don't miss.
Yeah.
It's you take a swing
Also,
at the
don't
Tsar,
make your...
don't miss.
Also, don't make the swing like a flaccid, like, slap that moves at about 1/4 of a mile per hour.